Well, I guess I can't trust my truck's thermostat or temp gauge. This is 95. It is only 77. So don't surprise me. Anyway, hello everybody, how y'all doing? We got antifreeze, spark plugs, oil filter, water pump, fitting, all sorts of stuff. I'll sit there for just a few minutes because I don't want to make another trip to go after something for this truck. We're done. I had all the good intentions to get up about 6:30 this morning and be over here at 7:30 and be out the farm by about 8:30, and it's going on, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock, I don't know, no, 10 o'clock, and I'm just now heading to the farm. My helper, he told me he wasn't going to have anything to do. Well, I got a hold of it, finally got a hold of him this morning. He said, well, I'm installing a fifth wheel in a Dodge pickup right now. I'm like, okay, so I'm kind of glad I didn't get up and get going early. I tell you, I fell asleep so hard last night. The only reason I woke up this morning is I guess I laid on my back, which is not normal for me, and rested my right foot across my left leg, and it must have been so relaxed. I must have some fluid in my legs because I had about a 3/4 inch indentation in my leg from my foot laying on my foot leg. So. Oh, jeepers. Yeah, I'm not sure about my daughter. I don't know if she fibbed to us or what, but she says he was supposed to start night shift today. He's gone. She's home, but he's gone. So I'm not sure what's going on. She said her feet are so swollen and hurting. I said, you're starting to sound like you're having troubles like Mom did when she had you. So I hope everything's going okay. And she got a hold of me yesterday. She said, well, Mason looked like he broke out in a heat rash, so hopefully, I don't know what's going on, but all I know is I got today, and which he might be going to the night shift. He likes going to see his mom and dad, or his dad. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm hoping everything goes good today. I have to see if I can get my tractor started today. I'll get to the farm. I want to get that rigged up and see if I can get that thing fired. My neighbor, they're planting, so he ain't going to be around to lift the motor. I'm not too keen about, my buddy had this engine hoist strapped in the back of the truck and lifted that cab and put it on the trailer that day, but I don't want anything going wrong with this motor, so I'd rather get my tractor running, then we can let her down like we need to. So this is going to take longer putting in than it is dead taking out. The neighbor's got some time, but he doesn't have that much time. So I guess we'll get to the farm, and I'm glad the leaves are coming out on the tree to kind of keep us in the shade. And see if we can have a truck running by the end of the day. I get to the farm, we're going to test the oil pressure on it and see how we got it. Because I got the oil filter now, so. Oh, yeah, and I told you guys about the fuel pump late last night. So fuel pump for the Denali's here now too, so that's going to be a fun one. Wait till you guys see how we're going to do that one. So anyway, see you guys at the farm. Well, we're gonna try it again. Anything? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Big cough finally. Girl. Okay. She want to go this time? Hold on to the camera. Ouch. I don't like that. Yeah, I gotta find a new pulley for this thing. Put that in that toolbox. I'll see the hydraulics for it. Got it. Ah, there it goes. Hey, year and a half sitting in its spot. It's finally running. See if it moves now. Oh. There you go. She's out of her dirt grave. Yes, the ignition switch is bad. So good old tractor. Should be. It's got a brand new motor in it a few years ago. Uh-oh. God, my truck's running so quiet. Yeah, it's running. Gonna make up my mind if my truck died. So, alrighty. Alright, here you guys go. Watch it. Not bad, 60 pounds. start coming up. The battery says, nope, not today. And we'll go, oh, that. Here, there drills one. Let's see. Nope, battery's faint. Just starting to come out some of the push rods here, so. There it goes. One more to go, come on. Almost 70 now. That was on 2. Let's try 3 once. Over 70. All right. Lifter should be full. Let's see. Back you guys out. There, we can bolt the valve cover down. And it's going out the door. Alrighty. Well, here you guys go. You've been wanting to see some stuff. There's that. Here's what we've done to the motor. About everything's on it. It can be. Everything's tightened. Luckily, Buddy reminded me about the block off. We almost forgot that. And let's move this one. Okay, so everything's nice tight. Yep, train lines are bent back down. Alrighty. Yep. I'll show you guys, but we ain't got any extra help, so. Alright. Well, we didn't do too bad. Just had to do a little prying, not much. But I got it, so. Anyway, we're gonna go find some lunch. Oh, look at there. Yep. It's in. A lot of it's bolted up. Just got a few things to do. Helper. Would have showed you guys, but he decided yeah, he's just got some issues going on in his life, and so I opted not to video a lot of him today. So we went pretty hard, and him and I haven't lost our touch. We didn't do bad setting that. And oh, let's see, yes, play high. There, that's better. Didn't do that bad setting it in. We got it pretty much first try. Dust cover, just that aluminum. Sorry. Now I just can figure out why I eat, why I get sick feeling, but it's okay. I'm moving, I'm almost feeling like I did 3 years ago. Unfortunately, I've called the doctor and they can't find any of that insulin he gave me to try, so we're seeing. But anyway, he's just, and I'm getting shot too. It's catching up to me. And he just looked run down. I said, that's fine. I love how my tree is leaving out and shading. Now we had the motor shut down in there shortly after I shut the camera off last. And, well, not last, I guess. It's a couple of frames to get back. But, we got it. That old H has put a lot of motors in. Well, I should say the loaders put a lot of motors in. This isn't the original H we've had, but God, I think 10 years ago I put a new motor and clutch and radiator and everything in that thing. And I think it's time to rewire it, get her cleaned up, and give that thing a paint job. I didn't realize it sat there that long. But yeah, it was kind of fun putting the motor in. I mean, just like old days. Him and I have always done good working together. We got the hydraulic arms to stop leaking now. The seals that need to be tightened up. Oh, it's like, what the heck? Got them to stop leaking, and yeah, it just went good. I am seriously thinking about putting a cement slab over here in front of the shop. This one could use cherry picker and all that, but the old loader does good. It's been so long since I used it. I thought, shoot, I should have tried dropping that motor out of the pickup first. But nope, I got the lever. I mean, you got to be careful with it. If you go too far, it'll drop like a rock. But I found the spot, and she just settled down. We did pretty good. Only had one sensor damage. And I got one on the spare motor back there. I'll swap that out. The old motor out of this, the whole thing, the whole subassembly is inside the hot tank. I think maybe tomorrow or this weekend I'm just going to take and I got a screen that I could put on the shop here on the big door. And I'm going to get that on there. I can open the big door and I'm going to fire up that hot tank and just clean that entire motor, get all that slime off it before I tear it the rest of the way apart. That thing is just so slimy. Was shooting to have her done today, but it's not worth it. No, it's not worth it. I mean, I'm probably going to hang a few more parts. I don't know. Almost really should have the exhaust manifolds on before crawling around in there. But it's out of the shop. It's in there. And well, it don't sound good yet. I don't know. I'm just thinking to myself, I got to figure out how to schedule what I got to do tomorrow. I got some running to do. And I ain't done here yet. I want to take the tractor, hook on to what's left of the Sonoma, and get that out of the way. It's kind of in the bad spot. And the burn pile, I just tightened that all up. It was kind of getting spread out there, and just push that all up tight. And you know, my mom and Dad planted this tree. With this tree here, the purpose of that tree being planted where it was to give afternoon shade here, because where I'm working used to be where we used to have the picnic tables, and basically Mom's outside door living room. So I'm working in her outside living room. And well, this little guy is really taking shape. The ice damage is starting to heal from a few years ago, and good little tree. Kind of glad I built the shop over the old foundation from the old one. I wish I would have dug up the old foundation, but no, now this is out. That means I'm going to go ahead and put probably the 283 up on the engine stand and get that painted up, and get that put together, get those parts ate up so they ain't laying all over. Oh, we got mail. Huh. Probably a bill. I even been grading the driveway too, trying to get the gravel back up. Well, I guess we can call it quits on the truck here for today. Well, I don't know. Oh, yes, in Mama Bear's car. We're not sure what's happened. We've been taking it to the dealership to keep the warranty in check, and there was supposed to be an oil change when they worked on it last time, because the computer was reset, because it's been counting down, and they're like saying, well, there was 8,000 miles on that oil. There shouldn't have been. They're like, oh, well, so they're thinking somebody forgot to change the sticker, but they said it was dirty and low. I'm like, huh? Because when I scanned it, I had module control for the AC and all that acting up, and the water came from the roof, the sunroof drain. He got up under there and looked, and the hose was just hanging inside the car. He said it shrank and pulled off its connection at the firewall, so it let all this heavy rain we've had these last couple months has gone into the car. And she said they must have cleaned it, because she says it does smell better in here. I said, well, what we'll do is when you got next day off, we're going to come out here, prop the carpet up, and set a fan on it, and leave the doors open and everything, and just try and get that carpet dried out so it don't start rusting the floor. The AC is blowing 28.7 degrees, and I'm like, it wasn't getting cold in there. They said don't feel alone. They had an Arcadia come in today complaining the same thing. It's not getting cold in the vehicle, but it's blowing 28.7 degrees out the vent. So there's two of them the same day. So yeah, the AC's working, but he says the codes that you told me were there are not there now. I'm like, what? He says they're gone. I'm like, okay. So I don't know if we got an intermittent electrical issue in the car. So I don't know. But well, anyway, he said, well, there was the cam actuator. They says they won't even mess with that. He says what they're having trouble with these newer motors and the like the Arcadias and the Caddies and that, the timing chains are failing. He said, well, we got clean oil in there, it should be okay. The service engine light come back on before she even got out of the parking lot. She goes, so what's that mean? I told Mama Bear what that meant. Yeah, if you guys heard somebody screaming earlier, you know, it was Mama Bear. As I said, about 2 to 3 days the car will be down while they replace all the timing chains and all the solenoids and everything on the motor. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Which that might explain why the gas mileage just kind of seemed to dropped off. And he says it's like that you replace the stuff and then they don't have any more problems. So she says they better. I said, well, that's where the warranty will come in. Yeah, that you should pay for a rental. And she says, I want a nice rental. I am not driving a minivan for 3 days, she said. That's why I don't plan on going any much. If I go any newer on a pickup, it's not going to go past 2006. I don't even know if we get the Caddy paid off and we get rid of it someday. I don't know if we'll go to a newer vehicle or not. They're getting worse. Instead of getting better, they're getting worse. So, I guess, actually I'm waiting for the sun to kind of go down. I notice I'm getting a little red, so. Well, at least we got this to where I wanted it today. Motor's in. It's out of the shop. And we can go from there, so. Alrighty, well, I might bring you back around when I run the tractor a little bit more. So. Sorry about that. I'm not sure. Life hasn't been good for the last couple of days. I'm almost starting to think she shared with me. I haven't been able to do anything. I sit down in the chair. I'm just, oh, you can see I'm red. And I don't feel so good. Well, I was hoping to have a couple of builds in by now, so I could make the money to go get the tools in Carolina. Well, Carolina deal's not looking so good anymore. He said he'd wait a little longer, but I'm trying. Some stuff I was hoping that would be sold by now, but it hasn't. Or a couple, 3 builds coming in by now, but they haven't turned up, so nobody's even talking to me about doing anything right now. So I don't know. Anyway, pile behind me got a little smaller, and we got one in the bag. Fresh coat of paint on it. And I don't know if I said which one that's going to be. You guys kind of guess and figure out which one it is. If you got me on Facebook, go over there and take a guess. So, I guess I'm just done. I'm going to go home. So, see you guys all later. Have a good one.